Welcome back to my channel, Star Booze.
Known for his audacious pranks and Mission Impossible's memorable roles Top Gun films, and the series have confirmed his status as one of Hollywood's largest stars, yet, as his career progresses to flourish in his private life, has often created news with prominent partnerships and divorces that frequently occur in the highlight one of the most unexpected tales, involving the fallout between Cruise used to be great friends with Russell Crowe. Following all of the Mummy's stress set, Russell Crowe ultimately breaks. The Cruise remains silent and explains why he dislikes him and waits until the last end to allocate Tom. Cruise is a famous American versatile producer and performer in a variety of roles, such as Maverick Edge, Top Gun off the Mission Impossible, and Tomorrow franchise. He frequently does his own stunts and has appeared in numerous iconic movies like as Jerry Maguire, Risky Company Value, and A Few Good Men since he was skilled in. He has received nominations for acting and stunts 4 times for an Oscar and was awarded a cert for numerous further roles, such as Magnolia and Born on July 4th. Even though he became very famous in his films from Tom Cruise's private life have always been the center of attention, he has been divorced after 3 marriages times, as well as his unions with Nicole Kidman as Katie Holmes have drawn a lot of. He is also well known for his powerful backing. For you might be surprised to learn that Scientology, some famous people, despise Tom Cruise. They do not wish to share a room. Rob Lowe has disclosed that he dislikes Tom Cruise because of High's excessive rivalry, and Brooke Shields has resentment toward him since the expedition she was called by an unlikely actor. Careless since she utilized antidepressants for postpartum depression. However, there is one individual who does not like Tom Cruise and isn't hesitant to acknowledge Russell Crowe is the one. Russell Crowe is a renowned, honor-winning actor and filmmaker, renowned for his intense performances by the New Zealand-born and Australian actor has captured people's hearts. Of many with his ruggedly attractive appearance and outstanding film appearances, he was awarded the 2000 Academy Award for Best Actor in addition. He starred in the Gladiator movie. Several movies, such as A Beautiful Keep Louisiana Private, Les Miserables Noah, and Thor, The Man of Steel Thunder, and Love Crowe, is renowned for his charitable endeavors and for making donations to educational institutions and non-profit organizations that he has been involved with personally. Less disorganized than Tom Cruise's was Danielle Spencer's spouse until 2018, and their 2 sons, Tom, were born in 1992. Cruise met Russell Crowe at a cookout presented at the time by Naomi Watts Nicole Kidman, and Tom Cruise were wed, and she gave them Russell's name. Nicole's friend already, therefore the 2 of them became friends with the other 3. 1 of Hollywood's best leading men were short-term companions linked by a woman. They never got the opportunity to collaborate on a film until The Mother in 2017, when they finally collaborated on. They were no longer buddies after this film, and everybody was curious as to why there was so lot of conflict between the well-known actors. Russell Crowe eventually broke at that point. The reasons behind Tom Cruise's silence. Their friendship was ruined. Nicole Kidman and Cruise were once the sexiest couple in Hollywood till there. The couple's stunning divorce was everywhere. People were curious. Every aspect of their partnership at the time, Tom was among the Hollywood's elites, but everyone desired to find out who captured his affection. Tom Cruise in 1989, Nicole Kidman first appeared on They fell in love while watching Days of Thunder, and eventually dated for a year. Got married on Christmas Eve at a private event in 1990. The couple became well known very soon. Hollywood pair with admirers. In the background, their entire journey following marriage, they continued to collaborate on films such as the Western movies Far and Away. In particular, Princess Diana of Wales was also met by the pair. In 1992, and they grew close. A couple went to her funeral as well. Collectively, and as their marriage developed in 1997, they became parents. They adopted a daughter called, in 1992, after Isabella Jane in 1995, the couple adopted a kid called Connor, has consistently kept their private information about their kids' lives and were never included in the. Tom has always been well known for belonging to the Church of Scientology. Thus, Nicole made the decision to join him as well, but she ultimately departed the church back in 1997 and convinced Tom to go for. She soon disclosed that she had gone. The church, since she wasn't happy with the leader of the church, and more specifically, her father worked as a psychiatrist, an occupation that is denigrated by the religion, making it difficult for her to stay the final moment that Nicole and Tom were together on the large screen was in. When they appeared in Eyes Wide Shut in 1919, according to Nicole, for many years while filming, the pair produced some wonderful memories and were contented. Married, but by 2001, Nicole was unexpectedly caught off guard when Tom filed for divorce from her in spite of their formal declarations describing the split as amicable. Nicole was completely unprepared for the divorce. To exacerbate the divorce's circumstances procedures, Tom began dating. They dated in 2001 while they were dating Penelope Crowe. Till 2004, at which point he wed his Katie Holmes, the third wife. Oh, is messy. Divorce ended in an odd way since nobody recognized the reason for Tom's abrupt decision to. He only mentioned irreconcilable in the file for it. Nicole even questioned about the differences several times. Tom to reevaluate their separation, but he declined. She disclosed that the divorce was excruciating and devastated her 4 years. But Nicole has been divorced, devoted herself to performing, and even received a nomination for an Oscar in the 2003. And she remarried Keith in the movie, The Hours. The country music artist Urban, and they possess 2 daughters. You may be wondering what part Russell Crowe plays as the drama unfolds. Nicole Kidman and Russell Crowe and I have been good pals for. After 30 years, it's no surprise that there's already disagreement between Tom and Russell following the Nicole was caught off guard by the latter's divorce. For a long time, the buddies have been close and co-starred in films such as the range of 2018 movie boy periods. Nicole said that actors from the studios were on actors, that Russell, her companion, made it. They can portray a married pair with ease, obliterated in boy since they were acquainted. Excellently, and their friendship is always. The audience enjoyed the moment in 2019 when the two, astonished to find themselves seated. Boarding. A Qantas flight from Los Angeles together. Angeles to Australia shared a selfie on social media. Russell referred to her in the media as one of In the Meantime. Nicole is one of his favorite individuals. Included a caption that read, 30 years of friendship. You never know who you'll run into. Encounter while traveling home for. Christmas. Nicole has been quite forthcoming regarding her friendship with Russell. Despite their divergent opinions regarding what transpired initially when they met, as according to Nicole, teenagers first met in her Sydney home during a house party. Russell, she said, sipped champagne. Russell pushed her out of her shoe, but stating in the interview that I never did, it stood at your back, and you didn't speak tone no matter what transpired when they had been good friends since they first met. Nicole stated in an interview that I have a great deal of affection and love while we have been friends. For him, practically our entire top Australian celebrities' lives been the focus of numerous rumors since they've had a tight relationship with some, assuming they are hiding something romance, but the pair of Australians are only pals outside of their personal. The two had always been buddies, professionally entangled in the early years that they were expected to united in the film Eucalyptus. However, the project encountered significant production problems and was unable to. More than 10 years later, they participated in the movie. Lad who played a married Russell stated in an interview with a couple, "I waited a long time to be wittily wedded. Two Nicole's pals have given each other admiration. Others' public performance abilities with Nicole's acting, according to Russell, is too smooth to explain these days." He also further stated that she is courageous on behalf of clarity, and the truth are what make her so captivating, while Nicole also spoke mentioning how much she loved collaborating with Russell, stating that their union could exist without any time, rehearsal, or ephorg. "Since we are acquainted, so Russell and Nicole have done well throughout the years, having developed a close relationship that you can only be discovered in enduring connections. It makes sense why he completely sided with her. While she was through the divorce process, alongside Tom, Nicole Kidman Cruz has not refuted the fact that she endured a great deal of pain during her divorce. She disclosed that she had difficulties. A close source following the divorce disclosed to the friends that Russell's, because of his devotion to Nicole, he held a bitterness toward Tom. Following the divorce, Russell had to make a decision following the divorce sides, and he made the decision to select Nicole in a news conference for the kind people. He disclosed that he'd known Tom from 1992 and that their friendship had been strong. He went on to say during their marriage that he was now involved in the divorce settlement agreement and had accompanied in the interview. Kidman stated, I have known Tom Cruise since 1992 or thereabouts, similar to that when he got wed to and had a great friendship with an Australian. With him, but once he separated, I was a component of the settlement agreement, and I decided Nicole, a person connected to the, according to friends. Russell wasn't less content with Tom following the abrupt divorce, claiming Russell is faithful, never forgiven Tom for the manner in which he handled Nicole as though they had remained friends. He would have thought he was unfaithful to Nick. Consequently, he cut Tom off from his life. Fiercely guards his friend and hasn't able to tolerate Tom. For Russell Crowe now breaks the years. Tom Cruise's silence indicating that the primary reason he dislikes him is due to the fact that he surprised Nicole Childman's divorce from those years ago in an interview. Russell stated that his Tom and I remained friends without compromising. His close bond with Nicole Kidman acknowledged that when he saw them, divorce was a difficult time, and difficult, but he also asserted that what he claimed that supporting Nicole was a joke, and that he cherishes both of his pals. Likewise, it was difficult to accept that was accurate when you observed the conflict between. What's more, the two men in public, according to a person close to them, Nicole cannot bear the idea that her best friend will be spending time with her hometown with the individual she despises. The source also stated that more than anyone that Tom has devastated Nicole and Russell's continued communication, and that it is the best. All actors have denied any betrayal, kind of public conflict that nobody is aware of. If their claims are accurate, or if everyone is attempting to stay up to date with immediately. Following the announcement of Tom and Russell's collaboration on a film, was showed that Nicole was quite distressed. Apparently, a close friend of theirs stated, "By the way, Nicole still feels damaged. She was harmed by Tom years ago, and she feels completely deceived by Russell. I find it unbelievable that he is acting so callous, and giving her a great deal of pain when Russell was confronted by Nicole about it." He remarked, shrugging his shoulders, "It's simply work." He essentially informed Nicole, said he believed she should move on about her life and avoided thinking about the negative events that transpired between her and TM, although she anticipates her pals staying faithful, very likely as a result of how Nicole sensed Russell's disengagement, more of himself from Tom, which is most likely what caused the Mummy movie to not be as successful as. They both anticipated it because there were several tension on the set as a result of Nicole's injury. By Tom and Russell watching a movie, Russell seemed to cherish them jointly more, friendship with Nicole than with him. When Russell and Tom made the announcement they would be the main stars of the 2017 film, everyone found it shocking, but they harbor resentment toward the divorce. Tom Cruise and Russell agreed to collaborate in Ni Hanuati, Mother portraying the jackal hide, and Tom plays Nick Morton, was intended to be the opening of a film franchise, but the film only made $410 million in box office receipts, so the future, because installments were dropped, it's improbable that we would run into the pals collaborating once more. Russell said Tom was someone he greatly respected and was excited to collaborate with him. He said that they were on the Mother, awaiting the ideal project to work together, and the Mother was the correct one in a Fairfax interview. Russell told the journalists that we've known each other because there will be some names since we first met in 1992, striking the ground. We were at a barbecue at the home of Naomi Watts and Tom's wife at the time, Nicole Kidman. She brought him over when she first introduced me. To my seat, the most magnificent. I was speaking with someone at the world's top movie star at the time, and my films had been shown to him by his spouse. So he asked inquiries rather than the reverse was a very remarkable event, and we've been companions since When Mum appeared, it seemed appropriate. Additionally, one Tom said he was pleased to collaborate with Oscar winner Russell. I've known him, he remarked in an interview, when we were standing, and for 100 years I was like, I can't believe that, on set. He said, we haven't done this before. I was thrilled that he would portray Dr. Jekyll, to observe his reaction to that character and be given the chance to. Lastly, collaborate with him when discussing. Russell, who is filming the film, stated that they loved the battle scenes the most. He, laughing, we smacked the out. Each other in a conversation with even a bear embrace was given by Fairfax Media, and discussed Russell's boys, who were eager for the two of them to meet Tom Cruise were eager to get started on the film. Collectively, but some don't hear the mummies. Men discuss how there is a great deal of stress during the Tom and Russell are shooting at one other, for one Cruise exerted too much authority throughout the film's production, and it was an example of a movie star operating a mook because the Mother didn't, despite a strong start at the box office. Numerous were accusing Tom of having total, even the film's creative oversight making the tiniest choices on the on-stage. Tom acknowledged my tendency to be a perfectionist and claim I don't simply produce a film. I put my all into it, and I anticipate that everyone else will as well. Based on many sources in the Cruise had a lot of power over the project, including the approval of the script regarding judgments made after production. He also impacted the movie's approach to advertising as well as release. Tom is already well known for being really domineering in Hollywood, and this could have caused a great deal of stress. Between Russell and him, there were additionally instances where the two of them fought during the making of the film. They allegedly had conflicts at the time, as Russell had resentment toward him because of the divorce between Tom and Nicole. According to some sources claim that Tom is in charge of all, Russell and the movie got into a fight. Because Russell continued to think that AR didn't need his character and that he appeared in the incorrect film, some even claim that the performers made their tensions every time they got into a fight sessions because they frequently completed all of their combined stunts. This was the first and most likely the final time that the general public observed Tom and Russell on TV, participated in many battle situations. This required 4 days to film According to the filmmaker, Tom and Russell have been wishing to collaborate for 20 years. They discussed a range of projects, and when this happened, they never came together. They both said, of course, let's proceed with the physical aspects of filming this. The 4-day scenario was quite intensive. They both refused to compete against a stuntman. Both of them are totally dedicated to us. If we do this ourselves, it won't have any doubles, thus you're speaking now. What would happen if they hurt each other? They will be crashing into one another, into tables, glass, and walls. You don't only desire a combat stage where they're punching in a confined area. You would like them to circulate the space and demolish the location where Tom Cruise also shared. A movie's behind-the-scenes footage, but we witnessed a confrontation between Tom and Russell. Many others found it perplexing, since both of them were intended to be on the same side that the teaser mentioned at several inquiries concerning the film. With many people are unsure if this was acting or a real-life dispute. Ultimately, the film was released, but the performance was impoverished, so we're not sure when we'll see these performers on the big screen next to each other once more, because there were numerous inquiries concerning Russell and Tom's one charge in the relationship was that Tom Russell had been enlisted in the Church of Scientology. However, Russell subsequently revealed, claiming that Russell never experienced this, conducted a really candid interview with Individuals magazine about his life and the times when he was intrigued by the contentious church. He even approached Tom to inquire inquiries regarding it, as they were friends throughout the interview at the time. According to the ACT, I was a young person who quite religiously inclined when I first met. When he was married to Nicole, Tom Cruise. We had some time together, so I believed I'd learn a little more about. I discovered a video on his interest in the Scientology-related video store, and I watched it, but it wasn't really educational. Discussed it with Tom, and I believed he was awesome. And he added that he didn't try, he just answered to sell me a pair of shoes. Whether it's something you're interested in, you'll go after it. And I believe that what occurs in any religion, if you discover it on your own, I've never ultimately offered my opinions on. Never once have I graced anyone's table. This served as the gateway to Scientology. Stop the reports that Tom is attempting to Russell's indoctrination into the church when he acknowledged that there wasn't attachment or pressure on the revelation. Regarding the church's concern was somewhat unexpected and assisted. In removing the actors, they are under some pressure. Additionally, there were numerous reports that the Church of Scientology was responsible for Tom and Nicole's disagreement in their marriage, presumably in a book written by a former Mike, a Scientologist, is the church's. The leader set up the romance between. Additionally, he asserted that a senior A member of the church was assigned to coerce Nicole's consent to the divorce in order for Tom could go on, because there were a few false reports stating that when Tom and Nicole arrived, the church was joyful. Divided as a result of Nicole's tugging, Tom wrote in from outside the church render. Tom was gradually sucked into his reading, returning to the realm of Scientology, but this resulted in a more extensive separation between Tom, and despite the fact that Nicole arrived at the attending church with Tom, she wasn't especially keen to integrate into the community. Nicole's actions threatened the church. Impact on Tom because he was the greatest renowned figure in their church. There were baseless allegations stating that they were being spied on by the church and the PH phones. However, these rumors were turned down by the church. Denied all Mike Rear possessed as well. Spoken regarding Russell and Nicole Tom,